Hey you guys, ready for my third bot video today, working my way through the Christmas bots on chess.com, and we got the big guy, Santa himself, rated apparently 1200, so let's see what he's got. Okay, we've gone random and Santa has started with e4, so let's play d5. I'm going to play my normal way I would against a human. But of course, with it being a bot, okay, this is actually the best move. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to try this crazy ass gambit line. Now if he takes here, I can trade queens. Okay. And I don't know all the theory on this, but the next move is knight here. So here I'm threatening f2. Okay, and he's pushed on. See, if he captures on here, you can recapture with the bishop. So we're getting massive development. So I can't let him take my knight. Not because I'm worried about him queening, because I'll just grab her back. So I'm going to bring my knight out to here. So now I'm attacking 2 pawns. Right, I'm 3 pawns down, yeah? So there I've lost my opportunity to get his rook. However, I was just going to say I could bring my knight in here and attack this. But I'm thinking now, I could take out the bishop, but I don't really want to. I want to leave as many threats open as I can. Do I just grab this? Or do I grab it with that knight? Or do I develop? I want to develop and threaten to put my rook on here. Yeah. So now if I castle, this bishop's now pinned. Can't move. I know you know what pinned means. You can't... Oh, hang on. Did I castle? Why is it not letting me castle? Bishop d3. There, yeah. Takes. Oh. What? Okay, I'll be castling through check. That's why it's not letting me castle. Okay, this is bonkers. Right, I'm going to give check here. Double up and isolate his pawns. And now I'm going to grab that pawn. No, I'm not, because it's not a knight. Okay, clearly my head's not working. Right. So, situation. It's Santa, you know. Too exciting. If I take this, I'm actually strengthening his pawns. See, doubled and isolated pawns very weak. If he had an extra pawn here, he could actually pair these pawns up. So I don't want to do that. I'm going to just drop the bishop back, I think. I'm 3 pawns behind. And I really wanted to castle then. Okay, let's develop again and attack this pawn. I'm going to give Santa a lot of stuff to worry about if I can. So, 2 pawns behind. Okay, and let's count compensation. Hanging pawn, undefended pawn, vulnerable rook, doubled and isolated pawns on there. I think there's a lot to be happy about. There's a lot to celebrate here. Plus, if bishop takes here, also that's undefended. So, but bishop takes here, he can't castle straight away because the knight would be undefended. The knight is defended only by the king at this point in time. So now, let's say I drop the bishop back here. He still can't castle through check, which is apparently a new rule that I didn't realise until today. However, he's got a threat of that, so I'm thinking I need to drop my bishop back here. Because I don't want that knight coming in there. Okay, now he's defending this pawn. Okay, so he's got moves. Now, if I play rook c to d8 and attack this, he can't defend with that knight, he can't defend with that knight. He can't defend here. He's either going to have to drop the knight back there, or he's going to have to move his king. So let's do this. Ha! You've gone in with check and a fork. Right. Well, I'm going to have the knight back. And we are now actually equal in material. His bishop is pinned. We both have a knight and a bishop. I could castle now. And he's also, we've eradicated his awkward pawns, so it's actually very, very tight. Okay. I'd like to put a second attacker on this bish. I'm just going to castle my king. Okay. 2 attackers on here. If he takes my bishop, I can recapture the... yeah. Right. But now, if I move my king, the only defender of that bishop is that knight, and I'm attacking the knight. So I'm not convinced by that move. You could take my bishop, then I recapture, then he escapes. Okay. Now, big question. Recapture with the rook or recapture with the pawn? If pawn, you see, it's a passed pawn, not to be sniffed at. If rook, what would you do in this situation? I'll capture with the rook. Now surely that blunders the bishop. Surely it does. And what's he got? He can't go there. He might go here and start hassling pawns, but this one's defended. I'd only have to defend that one, and I can with that. So, Santa, what are you doing, mate? He's just blundered a minor piece for no reason at all. Okay, Now check here might win the pawn unless he wants to trade rooks, which is only good for yours truly, so... Should we trade rooks? Or shall I defend my rook? Then if he takes me... Let's defend the rook. Put both rooks on the open file. Okay, and now I get the pawn anyway, see? So... Happy days are here again. I'm wearing my flat cap because it was cold and I had to go and put my birds away. So, we're going to take centre out by order of the Peaky fucking Blinders. Okay, let's have another pawn. Okay, he's just wiggling his king around now. Now, I want to coordinate this stuff. All my stuff there on the king side is safe. Knight's defending that, pawn's defending that, nothing's defending this. So maybe what I need to be doing is get back on the open file, drop my rook back down to here, and we have coordination. And then it's simply a case of pushing pawns up there, isn't it? Okie doke. Now I do have a check, but there's not much point to it because he's just going to move here and I can grab a pawn, but my knight's vulnerable. Could just put my rook behind Freddy and send Freddy on his way. He does have a pawn majority on the queen side here, but I have a knight. So what have I got there? Should I try and push that up? I'd like to block his king out. His king can come here. How about this? Does that work? Well, king can defend there or there. Let's try it. Or the king could fail to defend at all. Now, if I take here, is there a problem? I've got rook d7, attacks pawn. Just getting rid of pawns. I mean, if we trade off pawns, that's all good. Okay. Now I've got knight here. Or I could just run away with the rook, because that's defended, yeah? So should I just run away with the rook, or come here? Here, I like that. Because then I'm threatening here with the defense of the pawn. Okay. Right, there's a check. Here, and if he pushes, we trade off, don't we? Okay. No worries, mate. Okay, should we tidy up the last pawn and crack on with our day? Check him again. Now, again, coordination. The only thing that's not defended is this rook. So, stick the knight in the middle of the board. He might come after this pawn. Oh, Santa! And that is just, it's a runaway pawn now. You can't catch me. Run, run, run as fast as you can. It's not stalemate. Or, hang on. No, 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 no. He's alright, he's got 1, 2, 3, I believe, so. Nearly stalemated Eve earlier on, didn't I? Right, so I'm sure there are stylish ways to achieve this, but just squeeze him down the board. Let's just give some checks. Alrighty, and there. Check. 2 moves, not there. Okay, that's one of them. And I don't know if there's a good way to do this. That pawn there. It's got 1 move, I think. And now check. Now he's got 1 move here. It's not the most stylish of finishes, is it? I think I ought to be able to manage it from this point. How about that? No, how about not that? Okay, he's got here. Or there. Yeah, I'm not exactly firing more cylinders. Now, this is stalemate. Unless I do something. So let's do something. Okay, now he escapes again. But Barry's now going to run away and promote. Okay, should we try that again? Right, classic ladder mate, let's go. Okay, and we'll come to here with check. Da. I know my comments are going to be full of people saying you would mate in 2 like 9 times. Okay, so that was Santa. Well, let's have a rematch because And I'm going to go white against him now because I was black that time. Right, let's see what else he's got. Come on, Santa. So what we saw there was really a very mismatched, mistimed attack here. Okay, let's see how you like my Vienna attack. Okay, now we're threatening that. Okay, threatening again. Quite like the look of that. Attacks the queen. Or do we just bring in more stuff? More stuff! Reinforcements! Okay, righto. This pawn hangs. Rook here. Can always come back there, I suppose. Attack the queen, what's she going to do? I don't know. So, right then. Is my queen under threat? No, not really. That? No, not at all. Okay, I think the time calls for more junk. And now I can't put my knight there and attack his queen. This is a most unusual line. I've never had this. Okay, well that's not a problem because I've got this and this and stuff like that. Okay. Now, I'm liking the look of this idea, for one. Also, knight here and there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Now, Santa, you see, that's an attack, but I think it's too slow. You move your king, I'll take your queen, you take my queen. Okay, so I've won the exchange there. Now you're attacking me. Get it? And there's a free pawn. I'm up a rook equivalent. Got rook and 3 pawns just for a solo knight. Let's try and trade off the queens then. I'm not. That pawn is not really instrumental here. Okay, and we've traded queens. Super. And the king is getting short of spaces to go to, so I'm going to put my bishop here, where it's defended by a pawn, and still covering these squares, and okay. No problem whatsoever. Oh, Jesus wept. And come back here. Develop with check. Alrighty. King's the only defender of that, so let's come here. When you're that far down in material, 8 points down in material, you don't trade. But Santa Hinonodis. Because Santa is a dumbass. Okay, and like this. And of course, well, I don't know. I mean, that would, if he takes the bishop, I win the rook outright. Which is +2 for me. But saving the bishop is +3 for me. So I save the bishop, and if he doesn't do anything, I trade rooks. And if he goes here, that's okay. Trade off the rook. Come back, get the open file. 1200, huh? And that's a pin. And there's nothing you can do about it. 1200. Maybe. Yeah, I think these are okay. These ratings on these ones so far. Okay, well, let's just... So king stuck on the back rank, so nothing you can do. Let's push a pawn up. And that's check. And that is a queen. Yeah, I guess. To there. Bishop here. Nice. That is a cute checkmate, actually. So, yeah, Santa, 1200. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, not far off. 1200, but I don't think it was 1200 on a good day. But anyway, nice finish, nice finish. So yeah, if you're rated around 1200, 1100, 1000, take your time. You should be able to take this guy down. Just don't get distracted by the comedy beard. Okay, so thank you, Santa. Thanks for watching. See you later.